we go. We're live.
Almost.
Almost. Oh, I see. That's nice. Waiting for Total Books.
Here we go. All right, I got it up on my side.
Alrighty, I'm working on it.
Welcome to the morning show, guys. Toad Hall morning show, once a week with me and Annette. Today we got a big show for you. We're doing spoken word, comedy, novelty records. I got some audiophile vinyl I'm going to show you guys because I didn't get a chance to do it last week. So we're going to go over that and a lot more. Here it is, Tuesday, January 19th. It's a little chilly out here today in northern Illinois.
About 20-ish?
Yeah, not too bad.
Something.
I don't know if you noticed, but I had my Green Bay Packers shirt on, and
KC going on here.
Annette is a diehard Kansas City Chiefs fan. She's not a bandwagon jumper, I promise you. And of course, I've been a Packer fan my whole life. And it's pretty cool that they've made it this far. Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, I was researching.
Well, hopefully they make it all the way to the Super Bowl. I think it'd be cool to have the State Farm Bowl.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Have them both in there. I think that'd be pretty sweet.
Okay, so 1993 is when I became a Chiefs fan.
93. Well, I mean,
That's a long time.
I was born in 87, so I was probably a Packers fan around 93
Probably.
too.
Yeah, it was when Marcus Allen switched over there is when I became a fan because I really, respected him and liked him. So that's my Chiefs story, how I became a Chiefs fan.
Well, I became a Packers fan because my mom's side of the family's from Green Bay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he's had season tickets since the 80s.
Wow.
Since before I was born. So
No wonder you go to games up there.
we go every so often.
Yeah.
I try to go once a year, but obviously this year didn't happen.
I only went to one Chiefs game so far.
Well, it's not. Kansas City is a great town, guys. If you've never been to Kansas City, it is great for record shopping. They have a sweet downtown. Obviously, the barbecue is amazing.
Oh, yum. Stop. I forgot to eat breakfast.
I know it's in the Midwest and some people are on the coasts, but if you get a chance to get to Kansas City, it is a cool spot. So, all right, into the show. Phil Spector passed this week.
Yes, he did.
And obviously he was pretty old.
And controversial.
And controversial. Obviously, he was in jail for murder, if you remember that.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what happened with that. It was something about a girl or some kind of drama. I mean, this is before I was born, so, I don't, But anyway, we'll have to do a little salute to Phil Spector here. Obviously, working with the Beatles.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, Jack. Hey, Ethan. Hey, Jeff. Good morning.
Man, we got a lot of people chiming in this morning.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
we do. That's cool.
That wakes Annette right up. That's good. That's what we need.
Yeah, I had a couple cups of coffee this morning finally.
Feeling good?
Feeling a little bit better,
Good.
yeah.
Yeah,
Had a
Annette
couple
was
days
out.
off. Wasn't sure what was going on, but
Yeah, she was out this weekend. We thought she had COVID. She tested negative, so everybody's safe.
Yeah.
We're good. Glad you're feeling better.
thank you. So am I.
Yeah, Phil Spector. So obviously worked with the Beatles, worked with the Ronettes, with the Ramones, with, a lot of those early vocal groups.
Yeah. Ike and Tina Turner.
Oh, yeah. Not Bill Withers, but the male soul singer. We were just talking about
Got
it.
me on that one.
Anyway, very influential in rock and roll. He produced Let It Be. Even has this thing on the back here. It says, this is the new phase Beatles album. Essential to the content of the film, Let It Be was that they performed live for many of the tracks. In comes the warmth and the freshness of a live performance, as reproduced for disc by Phil Spector. So,
Now,
cool,
didn't
right
he
there at the top.
he married Ronnie? Was she in the Ronettes? I can't remember.
Maybe.
Is that who he married, Ronnie? Because her name was Ronnie Spector after they got married, obviously. Well,
and then they also did that Phil Spector's Christmas record that we sold out.
oh, I don't remember.
I think we
that
still
one.
have some. It's like all those groups. It's the Ronettes and
Oh, yeah,
like 5
yeah,
or
yeah.
6 girl groups.
Okay, yeah.
It's Phil Spector Presents, and it's a Christmas record.
Yeah, I remember now.
That's a cool because you can't ever find those artists are gone. Like
Right.
those records, you can't find those. So
So it's a really nice compilation type
yeah.
Christmas album.
All right. So should we dive into the
Where do we wanna
should
dive
do a
in?
shout out. We should do the shout out
Hey,
first.
shout out to
Rocky.
Rocky O.
One of our
subscribers, followers. He sent us a couple albums that he did of spoken word. Unfortunately, didn't get to take mine home this weekend, but we did listen to it in the store.
We played it in the store.
Yeah, so we got
I called it street poetry.
Yeah,
that's what I called it.
Background noises of traffic and subway, and so he sent us a couple of these. This is our first
piece of fan mail.
Yeah,
pretty cool fan mail.
It is.
So yeah, you can find this. I mean, it's still available. We have an extra one if you guys are interested. Obviously, you can message us and we can get that to you. But it's just local small press 2018 coffee stained records.
I love that coffee stained records. That's awesome.
And it's just poetry spoken over like city sounds.
Yeah. And he's from the Chicago area.
So
instead of saying his city that he's in, so suburban Chicago.
Yep. So, thanks, Rocky. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate the fan mail.
Great addition to the.
And it worked right in time for the spoken word show. This is great. I loved it.
How about that? There is somebody watching out for us.
Yeah, there's somebody out there. All right, so
what do you have down there?
I've got a bunch of Audiophile albums that I'm going to go through. I'm going to wait. Let's just jump right into the spoken word, and then we'll come back to that.
Well, you start with yours, and
what
do you have here?
I got my first comedy album. This was a Patton Oswalt record, 2 LP, $20. Came out for Record Store Day, and I think everyone forgot about it.
What's the front look like there?
It's just like an art piece.
I don't remember that one at all.
Black light artwork.
Patton
Oswalt. Comedian.
Annihilation. Cool. And it says
cool.
Netflix, so it must have been on Netflix because it says Netflix.
Well, Netflix was just killing it with the amount of comedy shows at the time. They were signing everybody to a comedy show. So this one's cool. It got put on vinyl. It was limited edition 2018 Record Store Day. This is on it should be on the website if you're interested. Everybody needs a good laugh right now because 2020 was kind of crazy. And obviously with the election and the pandemic and everything's closing down. And unfortunately, we just got news yesterday that the place down, literally a block away that makes our T-shirts, they're closing permanently.
They are?
Guerrilla Graphics was closing permanently end of February. So businesses, not restaurants, but I mean T-shirt companies and everybody's just hammered from this pandemic, and we could all use a laugh. So that's why we're kind of including some comedy in our show today.
Yeah.
We needed it. It's part of spoken word, so why not?
That came in right. See, I started in 2018, but in September. So this has been
April.
The Record Store Day before I started.
All right, let's see what else we got. So, Toad Hall, we always talk about how big the store is, and I still need to do a tour video, which one day I will do. I don't have anywhere to set my stuff today. But we emphasize that we do all genres. And when we say all genres, people don't take us seriously.
Right.
So I went downstairs, and we went through the spoken word, and I pulled some records for today. But here's some of the genres that we have. So we have a personality genre with like Fred Astaire, Carol Burnett, W.C. Fields, Judy Garland. I mean, these are sections of records like,
Yeah.
And those records are getting kind of hard to find. We also have sections for vaudeville, choral music, Gregorian chants has a section, religious, and not religious rock, but straight up religious.
Like spoken word religious?
Like spoken word religious. This is piano rolls that have been converted to LPs.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Honky tonk piano. Lots of classical. The previous owners of this business classical was their thing. So there's like 50,000 classical records in our basement. TV shows, radio shows, war records, political comedy, sports. I mean, we have, when we say all genres, we mean all genres. So.
Now, if we were to take a list of all the genres we had in the store, remember my 3 pages of notes that I had like the first time?
Yeah.
It'd probably, my paper's little, but it'd probably take up at least a couple pages.
Yeah, we do all genres. So here's a little bit of that, because we're getting the spoken word. I found this. It's going to move into my audiophile section today, but it's Finlandia. Philadelphia Orchestra. It's $15. It's a half-speed master, CBS Master Sounds.
It sure
So
is.
this is one of those audiophile, like Mobile Fidelity, or this is obviously kind of earlier. This is probably from the like 80s or early 90s. This is from, it doesn't have a year. Great. But this will go in my audiophile section that I have. I just kind of found that in the basement. Since yesterday was Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes, it
Day,
was.
we have a Black History section. Usually we have Martin Luther King records, but I think we're out of them. I think we sold our last one this last week. But this is Alex Haley, tells the story of a search for roots. 2 LP, gatefold, obviously Black History section. It's got like a booklet. It's a 2 LP, $14.
Mm-hmm.
So Black History records aren't that common.
No.
Kind of hard to
not at
find.
all.
Here's a 2 record set. Here's something from the radio show
Ooh.
section. How about Sherlock Holmes Adventures?
That's cool. I love the Sherlock Holmes movies.
These are 2 LP set, and it's 4 original radio broadcasts. So hits December of 45, November 39, November 45, and December 45. So it's they're 28 about half-hour shows, half-hour lengthened shows. So probably 1 show per side. 2
Sure.
LP set.
Oh, that'd be really cool to listen
It's
to.
kind of cool stuff. I mean, something a little different to add to the collection. Starring Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson for the most exciting cases ever solved.
Did-
for the Great Detective.
Did he do who did the voice on this? Was it the Nigel Bruce?
Nigel Bruce, Basil
Oh.
Rothborn.
Oh, that's cool because they actually were in the early movies. Sherlock
I
movies,
didn't
they're
know
actors,
that.
Yeah. Well, at least Basil is. I think Nigel is too, if I remember correctly.
So that's pretty cool. There's some cool stuff down there. All right, since we all had our football stuff on today, obviously
Oh my gosh.
we're in Northern Illinois, so we had to do the Chicago Bears comedy album. This is from Mount Prospect, Illinois, which is just down the street from us, from 1973. So long before they won a Super Bowl. $20. And I should also mention we had the Super Bowl shuffle up on our wall, even though they're not going to be shuffling this
that's
year.
right.
We got the 45, we got the LP.
Yeah, for any of you fans out there.
Yeah.
Bears fans.
And then, obviously, big news tomorrow is an inauguration. So we got a new president tomorrow, which we don't get political here,
No.
but, I mean, it's still a historic day.
Yes.
So, we have a big section for presidential records. We have a big section for that. But here is Making of a President, 1960.
Oh, that's
Theodore
even older than I am.
Yep, so obviously got Kennedy on the cover there. Got a big gatefold. This is $8 for 2 LP. This is the original soundtrack from the widely acclaimed TV show, The Making of a President. So obviously it's got a lot of imagery in there from kind of back in the day. Obviously Kennedy records are always very popular. Not only was he a very influential president, but then he died an assassination, was a big deal. Plus, you're hitting it right in the heyday of records. So there's a lot of records on Kennedy. We got quite a few of them. Here's another one for $14. Kennedy Dream. A lot of his speeches.
Musical tribute
To
to JFK.
So
By Oliver Nelson and his orchestra. Is that on Impulse? It's on
it's
Impulse.
on Impulse. How cool is that? Which
Yeah,
is usually
that's right.
Impulse is known for doing
Jazz.
jazz stuff.
Yeah.
So even they kind of jumped in the game. Here's another JFK, the presidential year 60 to 63. Obviously another thing, memorandum. Talking about, his assassination and all that good stuff. Unfortunate that happened. $7 on that one. Here's another one. Look at this one's got that's an old total price sticker. $3. JFK. Another memorial album. They did a ton of these back in the day. We see them every so often. They still come around.
It's pretty interesting. There's commentary by Barry Goldwater, Adlai Stevenson, L.B. Johnson, Sir Alec Home, and Pope John the 23rd.
Wow.
I had to figure out my Roman
Pope?
numerals there.
The Pope
Yeah.
chimed in?
Pope John the 23rd.
Wow. How about that?
Yeah.
Here's actual speeches of FDR and JFK. Franklin being the 32nd and Kennedy being the 35th president. Develt was one of my favorites. That's what I call him.
D-Belt?
Franklin Develt. Yep. He's the man.
That's a new one to me.
Yeah. That's what I call him. I don't think anybody else calls him that, but I do.
Well, they are going to now.
Develt. I feel like we would be hanging out.
There's 18 people watch it. Develt.
Develt.
That's how we can refer
And tomorrow
to
you can
FDR
drop that.
tomorrow.
You can drop that.
From now on.
A self-portrait. This one I haven't seen. I mean, this is the only one I've ever seen of this. This is JFK, a self-portrait.
The gallant warrior of the Thousand Days. Looks like
2
it's a
LP,
gatefold.
$17.
Yeah.
The Legend of. It's got dates and all sorts of stuff going on in there. Legend of 1964.
Interesting cover.
Nice picture. Yeah, beautiful. All right. Douglas MacArthur's General of the Army. So obviously we're going back a little further here.
Whoa.
Like I said, lots of presidential stuff. I didn't want to just do JFK. I got a couple of Douglas MacArthur's in here. The Complete Life of General Douglas MacArthur.
And this is a speech to Congress in
Yep.
1951.
And this is, in his own words, country duty. It's pretty cool stuff. It has this has it in chronological order. So this has
it sure does.
the Day of Infamy speech from 1941. So that would be Pearl Harbor. Then you got all these MacArthur speeches, Truman, all the big speeches from all the way from 40 to 62. So that's pretty cool. A lot of history ties in with the presidential thing we got going on.
Absolutely.
And then I ended with another sports record.
I could tell that. Looks like a little bit of football going on.
The
in
Fighting
front.
Irish Notre Dame.
Little kind of impressionist. What kind of art is that when they did?
Pixel.
No, is it impressionist or? Pipe up there, guys. Let me know. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Look at the big Fighting Irish. So again, we have a sports section down there. We also have all the bigger schools like that would have records from back in the day, like Notre Dame or like Stanford or like any of the big colleges, big football colleges or just big Ivy League colleges that had records.
Bob Constantine.
We have a section for those too.
And Pat O'Brien. I recognize those names, but not the ones in the little print underneath.
All right, let's go over to Annette's side. Let's see what Annette's got today.
Alrighty. I want to take these off the bottom here first. We're kind of in.
We're always in a hurry.
No, you mentioned this in one of your lists.
Oh yeah, I made a list.
So I just pulled a couple. This is a treasury of Gregorian chant, sung by the monks of the Abbey of St. Thomas.
And where else are you going to go to find a Gregorian chant record?
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying that everybody out there should own a Gregorian chant record.
Yeah, but
that's definitely
sometimes
something.
It's cool just to have some off the wall stuff like this in your collection. I mean,
You need a break.
I have some Hawaiian steel music, and I just love it. You just throw that on once in a while.
I agree, and this would be something something different to put on. Something just. Sometimes you just get burnt out with the same old, especially now with all this COVID stuff.
All right, and here's a European import, Resurrect Gregorian chant.
Now that we've been talking about it, I kind of actually want to listen to it.
I know. It is. I was going to grab the CD off the wall there.
We got some Gregorian chant CDs too.
So this is.
How old is this stuff?
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm not seeing the date. This is from the Netherlands. Date-wise, I'm not seeing, but it could be yours for $7. Luxembourg.
Well, there you go.
Apparently, but I don't think there's.
I mean, they've been doing Gregorian chants for before recorded music.
1960 is I'm seeing on here. So this it looks like it's never even been played.
Probably hasn't been.
Right.
Someone probably got it as a gift. A Gregorian chant developed mainly in Western and Central Europe during the 9th and 10th centuries.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
That's a little time ago.
Paschal Mysterium. This one is totally in a language I can't read. Foreign language is not my best category.
Gregorian chant 1, Holy Week.
Right. Complete Latin and English chant texts and an extensive musical commentary by Dr. Becker are enclosed. $4.
$4.
$4.
Some of these have been here a while, guys, so they got some pretty cheap. It's got an insert too. It's even got a booklet.
Oh.
You couldn't even press this record for $4. It's got a booklet.
1977. This one was put out.
There you have it.
Yeah.
This one obviously ties in with Holy
so
Week.
You can chant with them?
Well, I think it's obviously it's got
in Latin, maybe?
Must be like the Passion of the Christ. It's got the whole
the
whole crucifixion of Christ, so it must be. It says Holy Week, so it's got to be all tied in. All right, enough of that. We're gonna get into the comedy. It's
Let's
a little
just do
more.
a couple things there. So,
Oh yeah, let's see what she's
as
got.
I was kind of researching this, that ties into kind of the presidential realm here going on. In the mid 80s, there was a group called Parents Music Resource Center. It was referred to as PMRC. They were rock hating music people.
Oh,
A lot of them were wives of politicians.
imagine that.
It was headed by Tipper Gore. And PMRC was very worried that rock music had gotten too far out of hand and would lead to moral decay
When was this?
in the mid 80s.
In the mid 80s.
And Nancy Reagan was a member.
PMRC. They wanted to contain the rock music because it's getting too wild.
Yeah, so the suggestions that they made to try to get all of this to a point where they thought it was acceptable is they wanted a rating system and they wanted record stores that sold albums with graphic covers to put them under the counter.
Oh.
You know, like certain
Yeah,
magazines.
like, okay.
Yeah. And in November 85, the recording industry did agree to generic warning labels for materials some might find offensive.
So probably the parental advisory,
explicit,
graphic or content or whatever.
yeah, probably something like that. They didn't go into what they actually said. They called them Tipper Gore labels. They didn't say
really?
Tipper Gore, but they were because of
her.
her. Yeah. So we're kind of going into Novelty records. I'm not sure that I brought any of these up. Yes, I did. Let me find the one that I do have on the list.
That's crazy that was just in the 80s.
Of course, I didn't get here too early today. I should have. So, the top 10, or not top even, but 10 Novelty records on the list is from Vinyl Me Please. Weird Al, Dare to Be Stupid, which I couldn't find any album. We might have
Weird
them
Al.
on CD.
He's a good seller.
Yeah, the Monty Python Instant Record Collection, Spinal Tap. This is Spinal Tap.
That's a great record.
Yeah. The Bob's Burgers music album, The Lonely Island, Turtleneck and Chain.
Yeah, that's a good one. It's a comedy album.
Yeah. Michael Bolton's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Flight of the Conchords, which that is Conchords.
Yeah.
Tenacious D, self-titled.
These are all like comedy rock.
Yeah.
Obviously, the first Tenacious D, Flight of the Conchords is a great TV
Spinal
show.
Tap.
Spinal Tap, great movie.
Steve Martin, Wild and Crazy Guy. We've got that one right here. Yes, we do. $7.
Wow,
So
and
we've got
crazy guy.
Yeah, an expose. Cat Handcuffs. Well, that might be kind of interesting. Then King Tut. I remember that song.
Oh my gosh. It's got him as King Tut on the back, too.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
and look
great.
at those cool speakers on the front. They almost look like music of the theater or Altex or something.
Yeah.
Bob and Doug McKenzie. I think we had one downstairs and I forgot to pull that. The Great White North.
Of
We had to
course.
throw that one in because that's where we are.
The Great White North.
Yeah, and where I think we're going to be
Oh,
even
yeah.
white, even
Hey,
more
dear.
greater white in the next couple days.
Maybe.
Right?
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
And Gilda Radner, Live from New York. Let's see. So I went down and pulled a couple albums out of the comedy section. And oh my God, this is the first one I pulled out. Is this just... If this doesn't make you laugh, I don't know what will.
Rappin' Rodney.
Rappin' Rodney. So it looks like it's an EP, baby. Side A is Rodney Rappin'. Side B is Rappin' Rodney.
But wait, and then it says Rodney continues rapping.
Yeah. And look at the back of this. Oh my God, this is just hilarious. Don't we wish we had a couple of those boom boxes in the store?
Oh my God,
I
those
think I
things are
actually
worth
had
some
one
money.
almost exactly like that.
You know, we sell new ones that look almost
Yeah,
identical to that.
yeah.
It's right back here, but
So, oh God, this is just hilarious.
$4.
Oh yeah, I didn't look at the
$4.
Another
Dangerfield.
Dangerfield. He looks pretty young in this one. Rodney Dangerfield is a loser. My Neighborhood / The Holdup.
On Rhino Records, so you know
Ooh.
it's going to be good.
Unhandy Husbands. Flying Southern Comfort.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I wonder if that's the drink or the name of a plane.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, Ghetto Horse. So I'm not seeing a year on this. Oh yeah, I am. But it's
We
one of those.
we wanted to do a bunch of.
Oh, hang on, that's a street address.
There was a That's an address. We wanted to do, what were some of the comedians we were going to do, but the covers were a little bit...
Racy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some. I can't remember.
There's some.
Pryor,
Richard Pryor has just some of the titles of his records. YouTube would probably kick me aside.
This is a little more pricey. This is $18.
That's not very common.
No.
I mean, you see that Steve Martin all time. But this one,
Like on the back, they
still in
have
shrink too.
they have like a definition from a dictionary. It says loser, noun, C. Dangerfield.
All right, this one's one of my personal favorites. Dave's not here, man.
No, where is he?
Huh? Dave? He's not here. Obviously, Cheech and Chong. Got the pair of them on the back there. They did a whole series of records. We got a bunch of them. This is one of their most popular one. $8 brings home the original first Cheech and Chong record.
And there are quite a few of them down.
These guys still tour. Did you know that? I mean, they didn't last year. They didn't last year, but they still tour. They're still out doing it. They're still out tearing it up, and it just cracks me up because they always talked about marijuana's gonna be illegal someday, and here we are.
What show was it? They were. One of them was on that '70s show. I love that show.
Chong was guest star on there all the time.
My son always used to say, "Mom, you remind me of Kitty." She was hilarious.
Yes, I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, Chong ran the photo booth.
Yeah. You go in there half the time and it's just a big blue cloud.
Yeah. All right, here's another one.
None of them had paper in it.
They never do.
Well, once in a great while we get one.
We'll get one with the paper, rolling paper. Obviously, Big Bamboo originally came with a rolling paper.
Big rolling, man. You could make a big
joint
doobie with that.
Big old doob. It was huge. It's like this big and it's printed on and it's got a cool, it says Cheech and Chong on it. It says a bunch of stuff. Obviously, most of them are gone. Isn't that weird how most of them just disappeared? $10 for one without. When we do get one with the rolling paper, they're usually $30. They're a lot. Yeah. They're worth quite a bit more.
How much is that one without?
10.
10.
Still worth it for the comedy.
Exactly. Going back to Steve Martin, comedy is not pretty. Well, obviously, he's not very pretty in that picture either.
Look at this photo on the back.
Then we turn around and we went, oh, what's he trying to look like a newspaper boy carrying a 12-inch butcher knife on there? Is that what that is? So what's on here? Born to be Wild. Comedy is not pretty. How to Meet a Girl. Jackie O and Farrah F.
You can be a millionaire.
Jackie O and Farrah Fawcett?
Yeah, must be.
Yeah. McDonald's/men's underwear. A song about men's underwear.
Wonder what Google Phonics is.
I don't know. But maybe that men's underwear, maybe that Duluth Trading Company should listen to it and use it. Maybe
they
it's part
should.
of their
There might be something.
advertising scheme. Google Phonics, which is really interesting. Huh?
I mean,
maybe he knew something.
Yeah, I don't think he did. Or maybe Google ripped something off this. I think Google means like one with a million zeros or something. Yeah.
More money than I have, so I don't need to know all those zeros. So, Flip Wilson, I just pulled this one out, The Devil. The Devil made me buy this dress. So here we have the other side of Flip, because he did a male comedy, then a female impersonation. I'm trying to remember back from the day.
You might be right.
So
$6 is not expensive.
Yeah, $6 on this one.
$6. Monologue, network television.
Chitlin' On.
Oh, I remember that.
The Great Motorbike and Tennis Shoe Race, honey, and the Gorilla.
I love this.
Not the gorilla, the Gorilla.
The comedy stuff really is. Sometimes you listen to it, you really need a laugh. These are good things to go to. This
is one of the last ones I pulled out of there. It is National Lampoon Radio Dinner. You got your 1960s, 70s TV dinner on the front there in the aluminum tray. Yep. Pop them in the oven for 45 minutes. Just think you can eat one of those now in about 7 probably.
Yeah. Microwave.
Yeah. Chipped beef, salt and pepper. Not sure. It kind of look like mashed potatoes, but I don't know what the big red thing in the middle is.
I don't know.
Huh. So what do we have on this? We've got I'm not sure. Oh, here we have Phono Funnies, Teeny Rappers, The Magical Misery Tour, Those Fabulous 60s, Support Your Local Police, P-O-L-E-C-E,
Oh.
Police, and then the concert in Bangla Space Dash, plus
Oh.
much, much more. Produced by Banana Records on Blue Thumb Records, 1972. What do we have on this? $18 on this one.
And you watched that documentary about National Lampoon, didn't you?
I did not see that one.
Oh, there's a phenomenal documentary about National Lampoon, and they talk about the start of it and the magazine, and they move on to the records, and they're talking about, because they did, and we have like 20 different records by those guys. So that was a pretty big deal back in the day. How they started with a magazine and turned it into so much more. And then, of course, the inevitable downfall. All right, so I promised I would do a little bit of audiophile stuff for you guys out there. Just kind of a departure from what we had this morning. But I got a nice audiophile collection in, and I kind of wanted to share it. So this is a direct-to-disc. I know this is totally off the wall. We did a bunch of that. The comedy. Now we're going to audiophile at the end of the show. So
see, you never
know what you're going to get.
Exactly. You're like all over the place.
Direct-to-disc lab super disc, the Brecker Brothers.
Detente.
To what?
Detente.
Detente is the name of the album. $40.
Death Metal Dan.
Death Metal Dan joins us, guys. There he is. He's walking in, working today. We got a sealed copy here for $40.
Oh.
Like I said, it was a nice collection.
Ooh.
Here is a Charlie Daniels band, Fire on the Mountain. This is a CBS Master Sound. Yes, it is. Extended range recordings, Fire on the Mountain. Half speed mastered. $40 on that. Super discs. So this is another audiophile version from back in the day. This is a Pablo Cruz DBX disc, which, if you know what, are you familiar with DBX?
No, I'm not. What's DBX?
This little symbol here.
Yeah.
So DBX
There's
was
something under it.
DBX was a there still are a company, I believe.
Used only with DBX disc decoder.
Correct. You had to have the correct decoder, so you had to have like the right cartridge, turntable, receiver set up to get the most out of these DBX records. So the people out there that collect DBX, they know about it. They search these out high and low because they're obviously kind of hard to find.
Yeah, I've never seen one before, but Cruz sounds nice right about now.
Pablo Cruz does sound amazing. $50 sealed, never been opened.
Half speed?
Yeah, it's a super disc. This is just Friday music, an older Friday music that's out of print. By RTI, King's Sleepwalker. So, obviously not a real old, nothing too old, but when you get stuff that's out of print, how about a Japanese James Taylor record?
Oh, yeah.
Sealed.
Huh.
Brand new sealed. These, unfortunately, guys, are not on our website. If you see something you like, feel free to reach out to us, and that'll grab the phone. Dan will pack it up, and we'll get it right to you guys. $40, sealed, James Taylor. Dad loves his work.
Yep, 815-226-1259.
There's our phone number. Toad Hall Online is the website.
Yes.
You find all our information on there.
John wants to know if we still have Mind Games.
John
Lennon Mobile Fidelity.
It's sold. Well, it's on hold for someone to pick up today, I believe.
Okay, so maybe.
I think it's gone.
Tomorrow.
I think it's taken.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know we had that in. It
Buddy,
just came in on my days off.
Spector and Friends. This is another direct-to-disc. It's sealed. Well, it looks like it's got a sticker seal. Yeah, it's sealed. $20. This is an old direct-to-disc. This is from '77.
Look who some of the friends are on there. We've got Charlie Daniels.
And
Charlie McCoy.
Bobby
Pharaoh
Thompson.
Morris, Bobby Thompson. Some names I know on there.
All those guys hanging out, putting a record together. I've had this a few times. Sheffield Labs, for whatever reason, got really popular last year. Everyone was looking for Sheffield Lab records. Here's one we got back. We sold out of them, actually. Harry James and his big band, King James version. $25. It's not incredibly expensive, but it's going to sound good. Trumpets, trombone, saxophone, piano, bass, drums. It's going to be like they call it big band, but it's really more jazz.
Jazzy.
It really is kind of a crossover there. They didn't know what to call it back then. All right, here's something a little bit newer.
Put my cup up in there.
Oh, jeez. John K. and Steppenwolf, Wolf Tracks, Nautilus Super Disc. $40. This one is sealed as well. This is from 1982.
And what band
It's
is
got to
this?
tell it. It's Steppenwolf with
Oh,
John K. and Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf,
We
okay.
made him put his name out separate, but Teldec imported from Germany, sealed, $40. I mentioned this in my earlier show. $35 sealed. Melissa Manchester. It's got even got the hype sticker and everything on it. It's got a little promo cut down here, which is probably how this person got it. Just a little faint little promo cut. This one has not been on any of the shows. I got a Toto 4 CBS. Is it CBS Master Sound? Yes, it is. I played this record. I took it home and played it. It sounds amazing. There is no warp in it. It is perfectly flat. It sounds great. The vinyl's mint. $40. Toto 4, obviously, with Africa and Roseanne on it. Popular one. How about this? DMM. Whoa! DMM Teldec Technology. This is a test record, essentially,
Oh.
from Direct Metal Mastering. It's got a bunch of classical on it and a bunch of stuff I can't even pronounce. $18. It's got all of the... Obviously, it's an import, I believe. Period. It's got some Mozart,
Made in Germany, 1982.
which makes sense.
Right.
Which is why I can't pronounce any of the
Actually,
names.
West Germany. That was before.
Berlin
That's
Wall
when we
came
still
down.
had the East and the West. So. Oh, it's got Mitch Ryder on it. That's interesting. So. Yeah.
$18. People who collect that stuff, I mean, it's
Well,
a
it doesn't have
sealed
Mitch
copy.
Ryder on it. It has his song on it.
Oh,
You know, his
That's
song.
still cool.
So, yeah. I can't speak German.
if you're into classical and you want something that sounds good,
Yeah, that should sound
for
really
$18,
good. I bet it's-
it's not bad. About this one, Tommy Newsom, sealed, $25, direct to disc, live from the beautiful downtown Burbank. I like how it has the original $8.99 price sharpied on the cover.
Yeah. Is that one still sealed there?
Yeah, it is. The shrink's torn, but it is still sealed.
And then what's this?
It's got like a little insert, direct to disc. It's got like a little insert thing in
It looks
there
like
too.
an envelope, like
Yeah, it looks
something
like an
might be
envelope.
in there.
I don't know. Tony Williams, sealed. This is a promo stamp too. Got the promo stamp here. It's got the original sticker seal. CBS Master Sounds. The Joy of Flying. With promo, sealed promo. That's pretty cool.
Got some George Benson on here, some Jan Hammer,
Tony
Tony
Williams, Paul Jackson.
Michael Brecker. I'm going to assume he might have been part of that Brecker Brothers one that
Yeah,
you did.
Cecil Taylor.
Yeah, Herbie Hancock.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people on
There
this
are.
thing. So although the title may not spark any interest, once you start reading who's on this thing, you go, holy crap. It's loaded. All right. One of my
That's
personal favorites from this
cool.
collection.
That's
E.T.
awesome.
Pressed with Teledec Virgin Vinyl. Sealed. $45. Yeah, an audiophile version of the E.T. soundtrack. It's got E.T. and Me, E.T.'s Halloween, Flying, 3 Million Light Years from Home, E.T. Phone Home,
No.
Over the Moon, and Adventure on Earth. Bring home the magic. Annette Elliott. Awesome movie. John Williams. Honestly, Spielberg. Phenomenal friggin' movie. All right, this one, Arthur Fiedler and Boston Pops. The cheapest of all of them, $8. $8 direct to disc.
Probably because it's opened. It's
It
not
is
sealed
opened.
like the others.
It's not sealed. And I mean, that image of him, just, probably didn't sell a lot of records.
But it is limited edition.
Yeah.
Direct to disc recording.
If you have direct to disc and you want to get the most out of your sound, this is Capriccio Italia. Capriccio. So it's classical stuff. It's got the orchestra back there on the back. For a classical lover, that is a great fit. How about Loggins Messina? Back to some of the yacht rock.
Mm-hmm.
$35, brand new sealed. Sailing in the Wind, You Need a Man, A Love Song, My Music, Traveling Blues. Lahaina. $35. Produced by Jim Messina on Super Disc vinyl. VG, unfortunately this one's got a little scratch on it. Gordon Lightfoot, $20. This one's actually been here a little while. Sundown.
It's a good song.
Yeah, it's a good record actually. This whole record's got some good tunes on it. It's a Mobile Fidelity, obviously. If you like Mobile Fidelity, make sure you check out my Mo-Fi Minute if you haven't already. All right, back to the sealed stuff. Here is a sealed original.
Wow.
CBS Master Sound, Men at Work, which actually is one of my favorite bands.
I like them.
Yeah, and the main guy still tours.
Oh yeah.
Hold on, I'll think of it. Anyway, he came to Rockford just a handful of years ago. He came to our town, played. He goes around solo. It's not with the band.
Oh.
It's just him.
Was he the one that somebody was telling us played at like one of the churches or something?
Yeah, he might have been. Anyway, $60, brand new, sealed. It's even got a little thank you sticker on the back and the front here.
Wonder if that's where Walmart got their idea.
Maybe.
Smiley faces.
But yeah, factory sealed. It's got the little tag on there. CBS Master Sound, Man at Work. This was interesting. We were digging around. Times They Are a Changin'. It's a 2 LP set. We had an extra record. I don't know. I'm just going to skip that.
Interesting.
How about California Smoker? $30 sealed. This is a direct-to-digital sound stream.
So this is on white vinyl too.
Yep. I saw that when I was pricing that. I saw that they are on white vinyl. This one's sealed, so I can't open it. But when I was searching, I found it.
1978. It's got Copacabana on it. So is California Smoker just the title of the album, or is that? It doesn't look like.
It's got orchestration on it.
It does.
Electric violin.
A lot of different instruments.
Stevie Wonder's song, I Wish. It's got Bruce Miller's songs. Another Stevie Wonder, another star. So I'm going to guess it's like an orchestration version of those songs. California Smoker. Interesting. Stuff you don't see very often. My last one I got in the stack is Larry Correll and the Brubeck Brothers, Better Than Live. $30, brand new sealed. Recorded August 29th through 31st. Doesn't have a year. Oh, 1978 probably.
Yeah,
Direct to Disc Labs. Darius Brubeck does it have and Chris Brubeck, not Dave. It has Dan.
Dan, Chris, and Darius.
So another super disc. So all kind of the collectible audiophile versions of stuff. So yeah, that kind of wraps up this week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you saw anything you liked, let us know. Or if you want us to dig more out, like you say, hey, I collect Cheech and Chong, I don't have the wedding album, or I don't have whatever. Let us know.
Yeah, we can always take a look at what we've got. Someday when a tour is done, you guys will probably be pretty amazed at the amount that we have here. And that's not even including the building with the 45s in it.
Yeah, we got a couple other buildings full of stuff too.
Right.
So, well, thanks so much for watching. Next week, I don't know what we're gonna do. I was thinking about maybe doing like a top records that you need to have in your starting collection.
Oh, that would be a cool idea.
I think we might do
Something
that.
like that.
If I have enough time, because that might take a little bit of time to put together.
Well,
Either next
Right.
week or the week after. I think that's one we got to do, starting collection.
yeah, and like I said last week, if you guys think of any categories, give us some suggestions. We'll
Yeah. What do you want to
reach out
see?
to us. Yeah, what do you want to see?
What do you guys want to see? What do you guys want to do? We're just pulling stuff out of our hats here, so we got plenty. We can do anything on anything. So,
Pretty much. Yeah.
Well, go Packers, and
Go Chiefs!
Yeah.
Woo!
yeah, we'll see how they do.
I thought you were going to wear your cheese hat today.
We'll see if they make it to the Super Bowl. Cheese hat's coming out for sure,
Oh,
definitely.
I couldn't find my Chiefs hat.
We got one more game to get through. We got to get through Tom
Yeah.
Brady and his team.
Well, I hope Patrick's back by
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Game.
We'll know next week. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Make sure to subscribe, like, share,